Okay, we're gonna try this one more time here. Give it a shot on this one. Some of those cool colors. Maybe we can get some brighter stuff to happen on here. So this time I'm gonna start with stencils and we'll add texture later. So I'm gonna stick one of these hearts over here. I forgot to mention that you can also use like wadded up paper towels like this, and you can do some sponge painting to get it a little bit cleaner. I'm gonna start first with some white, just because I really wanna brighten this area up. So I just dip that in some white. I'm just gonna hold this really carefully. I'm just pushing down. I'm trying not to move my stencil. There we go, a little bit cleaner. I like that pretty well. Try this again, only this time what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dab some white in there, and I'm gonna influence that color with some brush strokes. Kinda wanna get a little bit like red in there, so I think I'm gonna just right on the edge there, just to influence that color. Again, I'm trying to pull in from the outside to do this. It's all kind of starting to turn pink now, so if I want to bold that color, I can wait till it dries, go back in and go back over it, touch it up. Now I'm feeling like I want to add more white in the middle, just to kind of give it that painterly look. Liking that pretty well, looks cool. Alright, sweet. Do something a little different here. We'll do kind of like a negative on this one. So I'm going to brush off of this so that I'm blocking out the space around it. So the same thing, just using the interior part of the stencil that I made before. A little bit different shape because I lost it and made a new one, honestly. So it's important that you hold this down really well. That's why I'm really trying to focus on that. I'm trying not to hide what I'm doing as I do this so you can see it. But using a white really helps block out those darker colors. Now if I wanted to, I could go back in there and I could try some reds again. Maybe just a few little brush strokes in there, maybe even some blues in some areas. It'd be kind of a cool way to work. I'm liking that pretty well, looks cool. All right, maybe we go back after this guy here. Try him again. This time I'm gonna add a bunch of white, like a bunch of white, because I think I wasn't getting enough color on there before. So I'm really gonna load this one up. I'm gonna maybe mix a little bit of yellows in there, brighten it up to some degree. Touch of blue, still kind of want to go for that leafy green kind of thing. We'll see what happens here. So, I like that a lot better than what I had before, that's for sure. Maybe I'll kind of create a pattern with that. That's pretty neat. Okay. Yeah, I think we'll come back to this guy here. Should we do on him? Let's see, I'm gonna go for some like bright red. I'm just gonna dip him in there. Do a little practice print first. It's a little too squishy. There we go. Oh, I can barely see it. Probably should mix some white in there. I'll try that. Looks a little white, see what happens. Oh, some really beautiful, crazy, weird stuff is happening. Not liking it though. A lot of times I have my students make their own wrapping paper with this around Christmas time. It's kind of a cool way to generate your own unique stuff. Okay, I think it's time for a lightning bolt. A little zap to this heart here. Yeah, let's do that right here. Okay. So same drill as before. I'm gonna go ahead, I mean I don't have to necessarily use white on this. I could go with a color, but you can see how that blue's coming through. And I don't really want that to happen. Kind of like to block it out a little bit so we can get a more bold color like yellow on top of that. I really want it to look like a real lightning bolt, even though it's very symbolic. There we go. And again, I'm going to leave that on there just so it'll help me kind of make sure it's in the right place and that I'm not messing up the space around it. Oh yeah, way cleaner, way cooler. And again, if I wanted to, I could go in here and touch this back up, make the lines a little cleaner. Yeah, let's see, what else should I try? Oh, I haven't tried Batman yet. Better try him. Maybe I'll do him partially like this, just to be interesting. Just using some of that white that I had before. Some yellow. It's all about contrast with color here. I gotta make sure that I'm using colors that will contrast with the original colors that I've laid down. Kind of one half of the Batman. Let's stick the other one like over here. Create some continuity that way. It's gonna look really nice with that yellow next to the violet too, because it's gonna be complementary colors. Yeah, see, this is what happens when you go just a little too far with that. Okay. Pretty happy with what I've got thus far. Not very happy with this one. Probably gonna come back real quick to this one though and do a heart in that one spot like I said I was going to. Let's see, try this out again. This time I'll try 2 different colors on top of that. So, take my brush, clean it out, dry it out. And let's see, I'll start with like gotta contrast that kind of purple, huh? Get some yellow on one side then. Looks like I'm gonna have to mix a little white with that to get it to be a little bit heavier. Dip into some of that white there. There we go, liking that, a little heavier. And this works great with face paint, stuff like that. Now I'm gonna try some pink on the other side. I'm gonna do the whole sponge painting method. If you have sponges, this is a great way to incorporate those sponges as well. Yeah, so I got, under just a little bit. You can see that on the other side. So experiment and have fun with this. If you don't want to do a negative space background like this, you don't have to. It could just be on a regular piece of paper. Just cut these up, try them out, see what they can do. Sometimes you get really, really beautiful effects from just the proof off. Or sometimes just experimenting can yield a really beautiful picture. All right, cool. So that's printmaking, basic printmaking. I'll have one more procedure to show you for an option that you can try something else. So have fun with this one.